Salutations all. Welcome back to another kitchen adventure. Check the date. Today, we're going to do a little bit extra. The entire month, we're going to do a little bit extra. The food, brown stewed chicken. The place, Jamaica. But before we jump into that, let's jump into this. This is Gladys Bentley. You should check her out. Born in 1907, she was a black, female, lesbian, cross-dresser. She was a mean jazz and blues performer. They called her the brown bomber of sophisticated songs. Openly lesbian in a time when ankles were considered sexy and calves were a little too risque for the public. Alright? Please go and check this out. Check her out. Now, let's get into this adventure. Alright, first things first, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put the ingredient list and the recipe down into the comments for you, so you're not frantically writing away and having to rewind this bad boy. Alright, brown stew chicken. So, you can use thighs or legs. I would go with the dark meat. That's just a personal preference. I think it's a lot more flavor for you, and it's less likely to dry out on you during the cooking process, even though we're going to be cooking it in a broth, okay? So I've got my legs here, and we've got a nice little set of ingredients. And the first thing we're going to do is build our marinade, right? Now, this is a dish that's going to take a little bit of your patience. The longer you can wait, the bigger the reward, right? All right, so the first step in our preparation is you want to get a fork or, you know, whatever sharpened item that you may have due to your situation. No judgment. All right, you want to get your fork and you just want to get real stabby with it. All right, you want to make some holes. Like the block just popped, your back's against the wall, and you got to protect yourself. All right, you're just going to get real stabby. You're going to get real stabby so that marinade will get deep down inside the chicken there. Alright. Deeper is better. But gently. Okay? So I'm going to stab it up real good. Alright, I'm going to finish shanking this up and we're going to start the seasoning. Alright, we survived that encounter. Fresh out of the chute. Now we're going to get to our seasoning, right? We're going to get to building our marinade. First thing, you know me, we're going to go in with a good heaping tablespoon of garlic. Okay. Now we're going to take half of those green onions that we've got and just like fairy dust them into the bowl there. Shut your mouth. All right. Now with the rest of our dry seasonings. So I'm going to use dry because I didn't want to get out on the road to go get all the fresh. You can absolutely use fresh. You can absolutely use dry. Remember when you're using dry that flavor is going to intensify as you add it. So you want to go slow with that and go back and you can taste it later. When we get to the cooking part, you know, we can adjust all those flavors. All right. We're going to go on with a bit of salt. Kosher salt there. A little allspice. Thyme. Get the lid off of this one. Our thyme. Ginger. Smoked paprika. Alright. Then we're going to hit it with our apple cider vinegar. Alright, 1 tablespoon roughly, maybe just a hair more, just a little hair more. Gives it a nice little bite. Alright, and then our apple cider vinegar, splashity. Alright, and then on the heat, you know, on the peppers that you're using, that's really going to be on you. I've got the young sir here, so, you know, I'm going to keep the Carolina Reaper put away, and I'm going to just do a little bit of jalapeno, right? I want a little bit of bite, but I also need the kid to eat his dinner. Alright, so we're going to take that, make sure we get it mixed up real nice. Really coat that really well. Now, if you're reading the directions, you're reading the instructions, the ingredient list there, obviously, again, like I said, if you're going to substitute the dry for the fresh. You actually can find converters online and stuff like that. I would just say, you know, just go easy. You can always add. We cannot take away. Alright, now what we're going to do with this is we're going to put this chicken. I almost forgot, and I am so sorry. So sorry. I get carried away here. We forgot the brown sugar. Duh. We got to add our brown sugar and a little black pepper. That's why I put them down in the comments. Don't have to depend on me. Alright, a little black pepper. We're going to re-toss this bad boy and then get it into the bag. Okay, so we've got our chicken in the bag, right? Got our marinade nicely done there. This is where your patience comes in. Find a book. Get on YouTube. Learn something. Well, you're on YouTube, right? Alright, so you want to give this chicken as long as absolutely possible. 24 hours is the preference. That's kind of the standard. 4 hours is like, alright, it'll pass. You know what I mean? An hour? No. I'm joking. Try to give it as long as you can. An hour, 2 hours, overnight is best, okay? Then we're going to come back. We're going to get the rest of this dish popped. Alright. So we've given it the better part of a day. Now it's time to finish this work and enjoy everything that we've put into this. So you see I got the cast iron going. I got some oil on the bottom there starting to smoke, so we want to hurry up and get in here. We don't want it to be too hot. First thing you want to do is we're going to get some color on the chicken. So if you're taking the chicken out of its marinade, you want to get all the bigger chunks and stuff off that you can. You want to save that in the bag, or you know, whatever you had your marinade setting in. You want to save that. We don't want those in there because we don't want them to burn as we're trying to get some color on this chicken, alright? And once we get a nice golden brown on this chicken, we're going to take it out of the pan, put it back into its marinade juices until we get the rest of this food cooked up. So, mind the noise, I apologize. Now in this process, we're going to let it sit. Remember, we're trying to get a nice natural caramelization on that chicken. We want it to be nice and dark brown. We want to cook it thoroughly to get that color. We're not cooking it all the way through quite yet. We're just trying to get that color, that flavor. Right? Burn is flavor. Controlled burn. Alright, so let's go ahead and start turning that chicken over. You can see that color we're talking about. That's what we're looking for right there. Nice caramelization. And we're going to let it ride out on this side for another minute or so. Another minute to 2 minutes on the other side. And then we're going to pull it out, set it back into our marinade. Alright, we got the chicken out. You can see you still got a little garlic in there. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, now I'm on an electric stove that goes from 1 to 10, right? So 10 being low, or sorry, 1 being low, 10 being high. I've got mine set on 5 right now, right there in the middle. Keep in mind I'm using a very large cast iron as well. So, you know, my burner sits about right here. So the heat on the outside is not the same, but you'll figure it out with yours. Alright, got the chicken out, back into the marinade, sitting on the side waiting patiently. We're going to go in with our onion. With the rest of our white or yellow onion, depending on what you prefer. And we're going to let these bad boys cook down really nicely. We're just going to let them sit. We want to caramelize them until they start becoming a nice golden brown. Alright, all on their own. They'll start becoming a nice golden brown. Once we get to that point, we're going to add in a touch more of that brown sugar, right? Did you read down in the comments there in the section? So there's a little more brown sugar. I don't make the rules, I just eat them. Okay, now that our onions have gotten to that nice stage of golden brown, working their way down, this is where we're going to hit them with that brown sugar, okay? Get on in there, baby. Alright, so we're going to stir this in, and then we're going to let it cook down a little further. We really want to get more color on that. Just to the edge of burning that sugar, right? Making sure I've got all these onions nicely coated. Brown sugar mixed in well. I'm going to let it start getting pretty good and dark on us. Okay. Now, as we're letting this cook down, getting good and dark on us, give it about a minute, I would say a good minute and a half to 2 minutes again to cook down. If you've got the temperature set a little bit lower, no worries. Take your time. Alright, no rush. You're just building that flavor. Okay? Alright, so we let it cook down a little bit more. We're going to add our chicken back to our pot, or to our pan. Right in on top of those sexy onions. Oh, the smell. It's gorgeous, baby. Alright, chicken is going in. Marinade juices. And at this point, this is when we are going to add the last of our ingredients, right? So let's go in. I'm going to throw my bay leaves in there. I've got 4 cups of chicken stock, or just about a liter. Alright, got that in nicely. I've got some green bell pepper diced up here. Throw that in there. Alright, now at this point you can use fresh tomatoes if you like, or you could cheat and you could use a little bit of ketchup. Yes, ketchup. Alright, so this chicken is finishing up. Sauce is smelling delicious. Just killed the heat. Waiting on my rice to finish up. Gonna have the royal taster come in here and let us know how we did. So in the meantime, let's get ready to plate up. Alright, let's plate this up. Get my rice here. Good heaping spoon of rice. That's our vessel. That's going to carry us home. Throw some greenery on there, because, you know, mom's watching. Mom's watching. I'm going to throw some green beans. Let's get some of this chicken. Oh. Focus for me, baby. And the sauce that you worked so hard on. Now, you remember that other half? Those green onions we had? You remember? You remember. Yeah, just like that. Just like that, right on top. Alright, not the best. I apologize. Can't get this bad boy to focus, but you get the point. You get the point. Let's get the tester in here. So there you have it. Brown stewed chicken. It is a hugely popular dish. You're going to find it all over the place in Jamaica. I hope that you enjoy it. If you're looking at it going, well, I had it one time and it was darker. Listen, the longer you can put it in that marinade, the better. The more flavor, the more color, the more browning that you do in the pan, the more flavor you're going to have there. Either way, we hope you guys enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what kind of food you want to see. We can do it all. That's a promise. Thank you for coming on this adventure.